Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Christina Morgan, and today I want to talk about a deeply personal, yet profoundly important topic in men's wellness: natural support for stronger, healthier erections. We often think of performance only in terms of medication or quick fixes. But the truth is, sexual vitality is a reflection of overall circulatory, hormonal, and emotional health. One natural tool I often discuss in integrative practice is castor oil, a humble, traditional remedy known for enhancing blood flow, reducing inflammation, and supporting hormonal balance. And yes, when applied to specific reflex points, castor oil can encourage healthier vascular response, including erectile function. There is a reflex area located just below the navel, between the lower abdomen and pelvic region, known in holistic traditions as the dantian, or energy reservoir of life force. Gently massaging this area with warmed castor oil stimulates blood circulation to the pelvic organs, supports lymphatic drainage, and soothes underlying tension often caused by stress or anxiety. Let me be clear, this is not a miracle cure. This is body wisdom. Erections are not just a physical mechanism. They reflect circulation, hormonal integrity, nervous system balance, and emotional safety. When we approach men's health with respect, patience, and natural support, transformation is possible. If you choose to try this method, do so slowly and consistently. Warm the castor oil. Massage gently in circular motions over the lower abdomen for 5 to 10 minutes before bed. Pair it with deep breathing. Over time, you're not just treating a symptom, you're nurturing your core vitality. Remember, seeking help is not weakness, it is self-respect. Nature offers tools, but healing begins within your willingness to care for yourself. When I speak about applying castor oil to a specific reflex point for stronger erections, I want to emphasize that this is not merely a topical remedy. It is an invitation to restore circulation, warmth, and connection to a part of the body many men unconsciously disconnect from. The lower abdomen, just below the navel, is not only a physical region, but an energetic center. In traditional practices, it's understood as the source of life force, what some call the dantian or core reservoir of vitality. From a physiological perspective, this area houses major blood vessels, lymphatic channels, and nerves that influence sexual function. When blood flow slows or tension accumulates, erectile strength naturally declines. By using castor oil in a gentle, intentional practice, we open pathways for healing and return energy to where it once flowed freely. Castor oil has been used across cultures for centuries, revered for its ability to draw circulation to stagnant tissues. Its active component, ricinoleic acid, is known to penetrate deeply, warming and stimulating the fascia and vasculature beneath the skin. When massaged over the lower abdomen, it can act like a soft, warming compress, inviting blood to return to an area that often holds coldness or tension. Men under stress commonly carry hardness in the chest and tightness in the belly. This subtle contraction can diminish natural blood flow to the pelvic organs. By massaging this area, we are not just applying oil, we are inviting softness, warmth, and flow back to the root of masculine vitality. An erection is fundamentally an event of blood. It requires strong arterial inflow, relaxed, smooth muscle tissue, and freedom from obstruction. When circulation is impeded by stress, sedentary lifestyle, inflammation, or metabolic issues, erections weaken, not because the body fails, but because the pathways are not fully open. Castor oil massage encourages vasodilation, the gentle expansion of blood vessels. Over time, with consistency, this can support healthier erectile responses, not through force, but through restoration of natural function. It is important to understand, we are not stimulating in a superficial way, we are nourishing the foundation. The act itself is simple, but should be performed with mindfulness. Warm a small amount of castor oil, never hot, just gently warmed between your palms or in a small bowl. Lie comfortably on your back, Place your hand 2 to 3 inches below the navel and begin soft, circular motions. Move clockwise, in harmony with the natural flow of the intestines and lymphatic system. With each breath, allow the abdomen to relax. Do not rush. This is not mechanical, it is therapeutic. Spend at least 5 to 10 minutes, ideally before bed, when the body is most receptive to healing. Over days and weeks, men often report a feeling of internal warmth, increased vitality, and a subtle return of confidence. But there is more happening than physical circulation. By massaging this area, men reconnect with a deeper part of themselves. In modern culture, male performance is often treated as a mechanical issue, addressed through pills and pressure. But the body does not respond to pressure. It responds to presence. Many men carry subconscious anxiety around sexuality, fear of failure, shame, comparison. These emotional contractions manifest as physical blockages. The lower abdomen becomes tight, the breath shallow. Castor oil massage can become a ritual of release, where each breath softens old tension and invites the nervous system into parasympathetic calm, the state where arousal naturally occurs. For some men, this process may bring up suppressed feelings. That is not weakness. It is the body speaking. Allow it. Healing is not linear, and sexual strength is not purely physical. When we honor the body with patience, it responds not with quick fixes, but lasting restoration. I often encourage pairing this practice with diaphragmatic breathing. Place one hand on the chest, one on the belly, and inhale deeply, letting the belly rise like a wave. Exhale slowly. This breath nourishes the pelvic floor, tones the vagus nerve, and supports hormonal balance. Combined with castor oil massage, it becomes a powerful natural therapy. We must also remember that the lower abdomen houses digestive organs. When digestion is sluggish and inflammation present, circulation diverts away from reproductive organs. Castor oil helps reduce local inflammation, supporting healthier digestive function. A healthy gut supports testosterone regulation, neurotransmitter production, and blood flow, all essential for strong erections. You are not merely treating a symptom. You are tending to the ecosystem of your inner body. In integrative practice, I often remind men, consistency is greater than intensity. Use this ritual nightly or several times a week. Over time, the body learns safety, breath deepens, blood warms, and vitality returns. You may notice changes not only in erection quality, but in energy, digestion, and emotional steadiness. These are signs of restoration. This is not a product claim, it's body intelligence. Understand that what you are doing is reawakening circulation to a place that may have been neglected. Many men have never laid a healing hand on their lower abdomen. They disassociate until something goes wrong. But when you begin to care for this center, you say to your body, I hear you. I am here. That silent acknowledgement is powerful medicine. The body responds to kindness. This is why I speak not of quick solutions, but slow medicine. Castor oil, warmth, gentle touch. These are ancient tools for modern struggles. You do not need to force your body. You need to support it. In doing so, strength returns not through strain, but through openness. Erections are not conquered. They are allowed. They emerge when blood, breath, and mind are in cooperation. So as you begin this practice, remember, you are not just applying oil. You are cultivating life force. You are rekindling a flame that may have dimmed under stress, shame, or neglect. Approach it with respect. Let this be your reminder that true masculinity is not hardness. It is flow. And when circulation flows freely, so does power. True erectile strength is far more than a single physical reaction. It is a complex expression of a man's entire internal harmony. When I speak about holistic erectile health, I want you to understand that we must look beyond the surface. Strong, sustainable erections are not simply about blood flow. They are deeply tied to emotional safety, hormonal balance, nervous system regulation, and a man's relationship with stress, intimacy, and self-worth. Our culture often reduces male sexual function to performance and on-demand expectation. But the body does not respond to pressure. It responds to presence. Erections do not arise from willpower alone. They emerge when the body feels safe, nourished, and open. This is why so many men, despite being physically capable, struggle in moments of intimacy. The nervous system is locked in a state of fight or flight. The heart may desire closeness, but the body perceives threat, stress, or judgment. In that state, blood does not flow to the pelvis. It withdraws to survival zones. To heal erectile difficulties, we must address not only vessels of blood, but also vessels of emotion and energy. The nervous system plays a profound role. Erections occur in the parasympathetic state, known as rest and receive. Yet most men live in a chronic sympathetic state, rushing, striving, worrying. Their bodies are wired for alertness, not arousal. This constant internal alarm can dull sensitivity, disrupt hormonal rhythms, and weaken physical response. When a man begins to calm his nervous system through breath, meditation, or gentle body practices, something shifts. Blood flow improves, sensitivity heightens, and desire returns not from force, but from inner calm. This is not psychology alone, it is physiology. The vagus nerve, which governs relaxation and arousal, must be soothed before the body can express pleasure. Hormonal balance is another pillar. Testosterone, while vital, is not the sole hormone involved in male sexual health. Dopamine, nitric oxide, prolactin, and oxytocin all play roles. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, which suppresses testosterone and interferes with erection sustainability. Sleep deprivation, processed diets, unresolved emotional strain, and environmental toxins quietly erode hormonal harmony. Many men try to correct symptoms externally while ignoring the internal chemistry. Yet when a man nourishes himself with quality sleep, whole foods, movement, and emotional release, his hormones begin to regulate naturally. That regulation restores vitality, desire, and endurance. Emotional health is equally essential. Many men carry silent burdens: performance anxiety, shame from past experiences, fear of inadequacy, memories of criticism. These are not minor obstacles. They are internal blockades. The mind remembers, and the body responds. Each time a man anticipates failure, his nervous system tightens, blood retracts from the pelvis, and the cycle repeats. Healing begins when we bring compassion to these inner wounds. Instead of demanding performance, we ask the body, "What are you afraid of? What do you need?" That inner dialogue invites healing deeper than any prescription. Intimacy itself is not a mechanical act. It is an energetic exchange. A man must feel safe with his partner, not judged or evaluated. Safety allows vulnerability. Vulnerability allows arousal. Many men have never been taught that strength includes softness. They armor themselves, and in doing so, restrict not only emotion, but circulation. Real medicine lies in allowing openness, to trust, to feel, to exhale. In that surrender, erections arise with natural firmness, free from strain. We must also look at circulation as part of the larger cardiovascular picture. The penis is often the first place vascular problems appear because its arteries are smaller and more sensitive. Erectile dysfunction is sometimes an early indicator of endothelial dysfunction or cardiovascular strain. When we support heart health through movement, anti-inflammatory nutrition, omega-rich oils, and improved metabolic balance, we are also supporting erectile health. The body is not divided. What strengthens the heart strengthens sexual function. Breathwork is an often overlooked yet powerful tool. Shallow breathing keeps the body in tension. Deep diaphragmatic breath invites pelvic relaxation. With each deep inhalation into the lower abdomen, a man gently massages his internal organs, stimulates nitric oxide production, and sends oxygen-rich blood downward. When breath becomes a daily ritual, erections often strengthen without conscious effort. The pelvis awakens because the body has been reminded of its natural rhythm. Energy practices, such as pelvic floor awareness or mindful touch, invite men to reconnect with their root. Many men disconnect from their sexual center until dysfunction occurs. Yet when one returns with curiosity, not judgment, sensation begins to restore. Castor oil massage, breathwork, grounding, and mindfulness are sacred invitations to reclaim this internal territory. You are not fixing something broken. You are rekindling something forgotten. Healing also requires honesty about lifestyle. Alcohol, pornography, overstimulation, stimulant overuse, and emotional isolation all disrupt natural arousal pathways. These habits desensitize the nervous system, create false reward signals, and deplete dopamine and sexual responsiveness. True healing requires courage to break numbing cycles, to face discomfort, to choose presence over distraction. Presence is where arousal is born. Finally, we must redefine masculinity. True strength is not measured by consistent physical performance, but by consistent emotional presence. Erections serve as reflections of one's internal state. If the body is rigid, so is the response. If the heart is burdened, so is the circulation. When a man softens into himself, not into weakness, but into authenticity, his vitality returns. This is the secret most never speak of. Arousal is not an act of force, but of permission. So understand this. To cultivate natural erectile strength, you must nurture body, mind, and spirit as one. Calm the nervous system, support your hormones, release emotional pressure, warm the body, breathe deeper, reconnect to pleasure without expectation. When these elements align, erections become not an achievement, but a natural expression of inner harmony. When blood, breath, and emotion move freely, so does masculinity. And in that flow lies not only strength, but peace.